Prayers on my soul, sisters. Let me hear your flow, sisters.
Hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, flow, sister.
Hey, what's up, my loves, my beautiful people? How are you doing? I hope everyone is having a splentastic week, especially since we had our finance corner 2 weeks in a row. It has been amazing. If you have not checked that out yet, go ahead and do that. Today, we are talking about this TikTok ban. And no, some would argue it is important. Some would argue it isn't. But we're on the fence with this because either way, you are a participant in it. Whether you downloaded the app and you're not using it, or you downloaded the app and you use it, either way, you're still a participant in this. And even if you own a phone that produces some type of data, which is everyone, then this is definitely important because this is definitely like a grassroots problem that is starting to surface.
If TikTok employs algorithms that disproportionately misremove content from Black creators, it disproportionately silences and excludes Black creators from compensation opportunities. It's my understanding that users must be in good standing to be eligible for compensation from TikTok's Creator Fund. For example, they can't have violated community guidelines. Is this correct?
There are some details there, but directionally, yes.
And this problem happens in parallel to the lack of adequate recognition, attribution, and compensation to Black creatives for their content. The exploitation, cultural misappropriation, the erasure of Black creatives' ownership of their fashion, art, and media is nothing new. We need transparency, accountability, and bold action to mitigate against misinformation, bias, and exclusion of certain communities from the opportunities present on platforms like TikTok. So let me just say this. I'm concerned about transparency. I am concerned about algorithmic accountability. And I'm not clear that your organization holds those values. So I want to ask that you take a look at this because this is all part and parcel of what we're concerned about with respect to social media platforms and the misappropriation, the ways in which those algorithms can discriminate within the context of the social media platform. With that, Madam Chair, I yield back.
Congresswoman, is it okay if I just very quickly respond? This is a very important topic.
Unfortunately, we only have 4.5 hours with you, and I'm going to try to get to every meeting. So we're going to keep going.
It is very important. I would love to follow up.
There will be other opportunities.
So I have something to say about that. First off, the CEO of TikTok, he definitely held it down because they was coming at him. He held his corner or whatever, but the Black community misappropriation and banning of Black creators and the way that TikTok handles the Black creators and the Black entrepreneurs are horrendous, like flat out horrible. And that is an important topic. And the fact that it was shut down, first off, it was shut down by a white woman. Now, that right there really gets me because that's what we go through on the day-to-day here in the US. Like, come on. The US, y'all are not any better. Like, I'm packing my bags. I am packing my bags and I am headed on the first flight back to Africa. I got all of my lipsticks and all of my chapsticks because I am gone. I am so over like dismantling the Karenicity of some women, and they still overlook it. He is trying to answer the question. So you know what I would ask from the CEO of TikTok, we need you to address this question, the questions that you had no time to address in the hearing. No, we need you to address these questions on TikTok, on the platform. Make a video and address the Black entrepreneurs and the Black creators, and make this one of the priorities, just as well as you prioritize your algorithms in China to feed them, because the algorithms that they feed us in the Black community, like, it is repulsive, derogatory, belittling, anything under the sun that is not on the up and up. And it's ridiculous that Black creators like myself and other Black creators on the platform, other ethnicities, had to actually create the space. We had to actually create the space, as in going and deleting people, going back and forth with actually trying to get the algorithm to even notice that we exist. So that right there, you guys never forgot about the whole Asians stealing the Black creators, the white girls stealing the dances, which is still happens. And then, we stopped creating dances on TikTok. This happened like just a couple years ago, and they didn't have anything else to do, like nothing to do. So who are the soul creators? Who are the heartbeat? Let's be honest now. Let's be honest. And it is very disheartening just seeing these stupid questions being floated up in the air at this guy who has honestly better stuff to do than to answer some of these questions that these congressmen came at him with, or these people came at him with. So with all that being said as well, I want to get into the video of AOC. AOC, she is a congresswoman here in America, and I love her. But she's not with the whole ban of TikTok either. But there's definitely something to be concerned about.
Hey everyone, this is Rep AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and this is my first TikTok. Now, this is not only my first TikTok, but it is a TikTok about TikTok. Now, this week, the CEO of TikTok came and testified before Congress as there is growing rumblings and discussion over a nationwide ban on the app. Do I believe TikTok should be banned? No. Why should TikTok not be banned? First of all, I think it's important to discuss how unprecedented of a move this would be. The United States has never before banned a social media company from existence, from operating in our borders. And this is an app that has over 150 million Americans on it. Some of the arguments about banning TikTok have come in with respect to discussions around Chinese surveillance and utilization of data that is tracked, and the enormous amount of tracking on US citizens and data that is harvested by TikTok. And they say because of this egregious amount of data harvesting, we should ban this app. However, that doesn't really address the core of the issue, which is the fact that major social media companies are allowed to collect troves of deeply personal data about you that you don't know about without really any significant regulation whatsoever. In fact, the United States is one of the only developed nations in the world that has no significant data or privacy protection laws on the books. The EU, for example, has something known as the GDPR, which really forces an enormous amount of protection on individual users and the amount of data that companies can collect about you without your knowledge. So to me, the solution here is not to ban an individual company, but to actually protect Americans from this kind of egregious data harvesting that companies can do without your significant ability to say no. And usually when the United States is proposing a very major move that has something to do with significant risk to national security, one of the first things that happens is that Congress receives a classified briefing. And I can tell you that Congress has not received a classified briefing around the allegations of national security risks regarding TikTok. So why would we be proposing a ban regarding such a significant issue without being clued in on this at all? It just doesn't feel right to me. And additionally, this case needs to be made to the public. We are a government by the people and for the people. And if we want to make a decision as significant as banning TikTok, and we believe, or someone believes, that there's really important information that the public deserves to know about why such a decision would be justified, that information should be shared with the public as well. But frankly, I think a lot of this is putting the cart before the horse, because our first priority should be in protecting your ability to exist without social media companies harvesting and commodifying every single piece of data about you and without your consent.
So, mamas, daddies, uncles, aunties, sisters, brothers, this got to do with you, because guess what? You have children that are coming up. They're going to download that good old TikTok if they want to be cool in school, and they're going to do all the trends. So you need to be careful and understand what's going on, because now the kids, they popping out the wombs with the cell phones. You know what I'm saying? Kids are popping out the wombs with the cell phones now. So automatically, your kids' data, the data that you are developing, the algorithm is learning, revolving around your child, and so forth and so forth. Who getting paid for it? Not I, not you. And so that's why I'm so very careful with putting children on social media and like putting their every waking moment up there. Like some kids, you can literally see their whole lifespan from the hospital until an obituary, honestly. Because let's be honest, people ain't staying alive long nowadays. So you literally have people whole lifespan in social media. So just think about what we are doing in the apps that we download and the type of platforms that we sign up for, because whether you know it or not, they're collecting something. And I don't want to hear the old iPhone team. Yeah, I'm a team iPhone myself. And you click that one little button that says ask the app not to track. And I say this with all of the emphasis on ask. Ask. So just because they asking the app not to track you, do you really think the app would adhere? Do you really think the bots or whoever's back in the back end that wants your data for real, really gonna care? No, they not. So we just got to be careful. My advice for this whole show is be up and up on a come up when it comes to new social media. Delegations and integrations, because there are going to be more and more platforms like this that come out. I am a future seer, so I see the future, and I see that there will be more platforms to come out. And one of the platforms, my brothers and sisters, will be an African and a Black platform where it is made by African Americans, the diaspora. It's made by the people, us. You know what I'm saying? Because until we actually create something that's going to benefit us, it's not going to benefit us. Like, we're going to forever be subjected to the raw rules and terms and conditions to all of the apps. And all we're doing is having fun. But guess what? They're having the most fun because they run into the bank, cashing out them checks and writing them taxes off, while all you doing is creating all you can, putting it out there, and hoping not to get banned, hoping not to get canceled, hoping that TikTok will be like, okay, they're bleeping out words in this, but then, so it's really, really a sketchy line and a thin line that you got to cross. And especially with having children coming up into this world. I want to lay this out to y'all and just say, I love y'all. I love y'all. Stay blessed. Be bright. Stay in tune with yourself, because we all on a healing journey and this is the year for change. But with that being said, change is all for good and we all going up. Check us out at Black on Soul Sister Podcast, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and we out. And just say, I love y'all. I love y'all. Stay blessed. Be bright. Stay in tune with yourself, because we all on a healing journey and this is the year for change. But with that being said, change is all for good and we all going up. Check us out at Black on Soul Sister Podcast, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and we out.
Where's all my soul sisters? Let me hear your flow, sisters.
Hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, flow, sister.